Hello friends, today we will do deep diving into change data captures. It's a feature from SQL Server. Using this feature we can enable auditing. There are certain tables when we are inserting, updating, delete record, we want to keep track who made the changes, especially there's a security table, users account table. We want to keep track who made the changes, when the changes were made. So generally to implement that kind of functionality you have to write a lot of triggers for the all store procedure. For all tables you have to create audit tables, which is a lot of work. And creating trigger can create performance problem. It can slow down the inserts. And if your system is high transactional system, it can reduce the transactions per second. So Microsoft Chain Data Capture is very useful. What it does it like whenever you have to enable the data capture for the database and for the table. Once you do it, it reads a transaction log and commits the changes to the table. So you can see when you are inserting the table, there is no performance hit. It is very much geared towards the ETL processes. Other ETL processes can then capture, extract, transform, and load into the data warehouse that data. So it maintains, this section talks about that it creates some internal tables like change tables, index columns, captured columns to give the metadata. What are the tables? What are the columns that are being changed? So this top column talks about the change table. Generally, these are tables. These are the audit tables that start with CC underscore, and they would have some 5 additional columns, which is a SQL servers gives some additional information. Rest of them are just the regular columns. For example, if you have user ID, username, these CC underscore audit tables will have user ID and username. And next is it talks about that it creates a increment. It has interval data capture interval. It data capture starts as soon as you start the database. This will start logging. And this is very interesting how, if suppose now when you enable auditing, it will create CC tables for you. What about the source table? Their schema changes. You added some additional columns to the user table, you removed some column from the user table. So it handles very gracefully. If you add some column, it will ignore it. That way a lot of time the ETLs written would not be affected. I remember one of my project in previous company, if we are making some changes, we have to keep 1 month time. We have to tell, there were a lot of people who were using our data warehouse for feeding their own data warehouses. So there was a 1 month time. There was a 1 month time that required for us to make changes. We have to inform them. Then only we could make the changes. And another cool feature is you can have multiple audit tables. So you can have one information going to one table, and if you add one more column to another that user table, you can have another audit table. So you can have a nice versioning. Once you inform other people, okay, once you make ETL changes, you can let the old audit table go and make sure everybody is picking up the new schema. So it talks about transactional replication. So what it does, it creates, how it works underneath. It creates two jobs. One job, whenever you insert some records, update, delete, one job make sure it's reading from the transaction log and writing to the change tables, and they give you a cleanup job also. By default, after 3 days your data will be deleted. You can configure it to 100 years, and if you are uncomfortable you can disable also. So I think that then we have some useful commands how you enable the data capture for the database. This is a command, and then for the table you have to capture, give him the schema name, source name, and if you want to make sure that this change table is enabled only for, generally the change table will be cc underscore my table, and my role, if you want to make sure only certain people with the role can read the audit table, you can define it here, or you can leave the empty. So thanks for watching this video. If you like this video, like it, share it, and subscribe to this channel for your regular updates. Thanks for watching.